Next up, 6 tips for you veteran teachers. Okay.
Are these the old people?
I would say they've been experienced in teaching a little longer, not necessarily old
Oh,
people.
okay. Oldies.
It's oldies. Number one is maximize your retirement contributions, right? When we're starting off, we might not be maxing out our IRA or our 401k, but as we get older, maybe we put a little bit more emphasis on that.
Yeah, when you're later in your career, things should settle in. This is when you're going to be making the most of your money. Really look at increasing things to get to financial independence sooner than later if that's your goal.
Yep. Number two, plan for healthcare in retirement. I think we've done a video talking about a little bit of healthcare through our para pension that we have here in Colorado.
We're going to do another one later.
Nice.
Yeah, because
stay tuned.
Yeah, that we're going to devote some minutes to that.
Okay.
But you're absolutely right. When you're a few years out, really start planning and thinking about that.
Perfect. Next up is review and adjust your budget. Right here, you are as a new teacher or a veteran teacher.
Yeah.
And you're looking for that retirement, that light at the end of the tunnel. Review and adjust your budget.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when we would pay a lot of money for daycare, me and my wife, for two kids. And in fact, it was more than our mortgage for a while. So we planned accordingly. Our budget kind of changed the way we were spending money. And then once daycare went away, it was like getting a pay raise. So as you go through life, you're going to have changes in what's coming in and what's going out with your money.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, number 4 is diversify your investments. You talk about a chair with legs.
Yes. For example, in my opinion and Justin's, don't just invest in the one company that you think is the best, all your money. Keep it simple. So if you think one company is amazing and it's always going to do well, don't put every dollar into that and nothing else. Mm-hmm. Mutual funds is what we recommend because they're more diverse. The S&P 500, as an example, we're not telling you to invest in this, but the S&P 500 index fund is investing in 500 companies. So you're diversified. That way, if a couple of the companies do bad, overall, you'll still be, doing well most.
Yeah.
So that's an example of what we're talking about there.
True. It's also the whole, don't just bet on your para pension.
Yeah.
Right? But you have your para, you've got your own investments on the side in the stock market. Maybe you've got some other stuff like real estate. So you're putting legs underneath your stool.
Exactly. A lot of people get more excited about investing in individual stocks.
True.
But a lot of people will recommend 90% should go into mutual funds, for example, and maybe 10% in stocks, or 95%, That way it's just safer if you still want to be in some stocks, some individual companies. So that's something to think about. You just don't want to take too much risk.
Right. That is true. Next up, we have plan for a legacy and estate. Right? So now we're at that point in our lives where it's not just us, but maybe we have kids or family.
So you mean planning for when? Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
So I was thinking about setting up your kids, right? Oh, okay. Your legacy, your estate. Okay, who's getting the house? Who's getting whatever I'm working towards, right? If I'm working towards retirement, part of my retirement is also, I can't get rid of the kids if I have kids. They're always going to be my kids. But is there anything that I'm going to be leaving to my kids? Is there anything that's from my retirement?
Okay, kind of in your will, so to speak.
Right, in the will and the trust.
And maybe you are investing partly for a legacy. Mm-hmm. So some of the money will go to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just something to think about. And then the last one that I have for tip number 6 for the veteran teachers is to teach the younger teachers, right? Be a mentor to these younger teachers. Oftentimes we can help out, and I'm not just talking about being a student teacher, right? Yeah. But take a younger teacher under, be like, let me help you out here, right? That's kind of what I was thinking, is help the younger teachers.
I love that, yeah. If you're a science teacher, for example, you've been doing it 15 years, you're doing really good, you feel good, hire a new science teacher, reach out to them. They might not be comfortable to reach out to you, say, hey, do you want to meet once a week and chat, or whatever system you come up with. But share your information, your knowledge.
Right.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I'll add this, if you feel good about personal finance too, and you share that too. I
Yeah.
have a regret when I was teaching, I didn't share more of ideas to teachers. If you feel comfortable and you feel confident about personal finances, you could share that out too.
True. I know for me, I am in the art department and I am always sharing. Like I'll share, I met up with Ryan over the weekend and we'll have a little conversation. So I do talk a little bit about the finances with my department. And they're all a little bit closer to retirement than I might be. But it's one of those things that it just kind of gets the ball thinking, it gets the brain thinking.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, there it is. 6 tips for everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Cheers.